and welcome to our Diwali special segment for Chat Central. Today we have someone who's extremely multi-talented. She is not only a writer, but also works actively in communications, marketing, media, and fashion. She is the creative director at the Jugni Style, and today she's going to be going over some fun creative ideas which will make your Diwali even more special. Let's welcome Manjot Bains.
Hi Kanika.
Hi Manjot, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on our segment. Now, I know that you brought these goodies, and before we actually get into the fun excitement of things, why don't you tell us a little bit about Diwali and how you celebrate this festival and what it means to you?
Well, Diwali is, I grew up in a Sikh household, so I grew up going to the Gurdwara every Diwali, and so it had a lot of personal religious significance for me growing up. But today, once I've become older with all my friends, it's a big festival celebration.
It is.
We light diyas and candles, and it's all about food. And I love being able to connect with like other generations too, with my nieces and nephews over like such a beautiful custom. All of the beautiful customs and the holiday. One of my best memories about Diwali was when I was in India one year.
Oh, really? How old were you?
I was 20,
okay.
And so I was in Delhi, and it was Dussehra. And I had no idea what Dussehra was. And so we were driving down, I don't know, one of the big streets, and so, you know how they light up, I guess the Ravan. Right, yeah, and I was like, wow, what is that?
It's very larger than life, and they made such huge, gigantic Ravans too, yeah.
I appreciated it so much, and like the plays they do there, and then I was in Chandigarh for actual Diwali, and so we had like fireworks and firecrackers and all this mithai, and people would come over with sweets, and it was such a beautiful holiday, and I think after that time I started celebrating it a little more once I came back to it.
Absolutely, yeah. Now a lot of people are actually doing Diwali a lot bigger and a lot larger and a lot in a very like Christmas.
Yeah.
They go out of their way and make crafts and do things and exchange gifts. Speaking of, I know that you want to show us a little bit about what you're doing with all these crafts that you brought.
Yeah.
So why don't you talk a little bit about it?
So I've been working with the Real Canadian Superstore on some different affordable gift ideas for Diwali. So last week I went to the Superstore in Vancouver and wanted to see like what they have available. So something that's very important for Diwali, of course, is gifting sweets and snacks and such. So
it's all about food,
right? I mean, that's the most important
thing.
So what I did was I thought, okay, well, instead of getting a box of, say, laddus or other mithai, which you can find at the Real Canadian Superstore, I thought, well, why not I just take the box, take the laddus out, and repackage it in a tin like this.
I love the box too, by the way. I love the print and everything.
And it's really affordable. This was a President's Choice brand tin. And then inside you've got motichur laddus from Haldiram.
Who doesn't love that? Oh,
right? And it's a taste of home for anyone who's moved here from India.
Absolutely.
And it's such a sweet little gift. And it's very inexpensive. This is the laddus, and the tin is under $10.
I love it.
So totally affordable. And then I wanted to do something a little creative for some of my friends who are Indian, but they've grown up in Canada and they're not really into the laddus so much. So mason jars are really trendy right now.
Absolutely.
They have been for a while.
Useful.
Yeah, they are, and they're really beautiful. I love these. These were also from the Real Canadian Superstore, and I took Haldiram's namkeen and put it into the jar, and now you've got something that's you can put some ribbon or something, and then they can also use the jar again afterwards.
And I love it how you can see it too, because usually the packaging is under like a packet where you can see that food item. So I love how you can see it too, so it makes it more tempting.
Yeah, exactly. And it's prettier than just giving like a bag of food
absolutely.
to someone. Cute. And so what I wanted to also make it a little more festive. So what I did was I went to an Indian store and I bought some lace and borders.
Yeah.
So these are the kind of lace and borders you put on a sari or a suit. And so I just bought some, and this is velvet, so it's kind of on trend for fashion as well. So it's a trendy jar, and you can reuse this. And it's Haldiram's namkeen inside again.
I love the contrast to green and blue. So nice.
And then with this tin, it's also President's Choice. I did found some mirror work border for designing this one. And inside, my husband went to India with me for the first time in January this year, and he tried Parle-G cookies. Have you tried them?
Oh my goodness, I'm addicted.
So is he. He's obsessed with them. So I thought, instead of laddus or something else, I made this tin.
It too. They're little M&Ms.
Yeah, I put M&Ms because Parle-G on their own, they're kind of bland, but you add some color with the M&Ms, and this is so cute for kids too.
It is so cute. I love the mirror, how it matches with the print of the box too.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And this is, again, really inexpensive, but so nice to go to someone's house and give someone like a kid or someone
Oh my
else a
goodness,
gift
such
like
a
this.
cute gift. Yeah, I love it.
So these are some cute gift ideas that you can
Parle-G
use for
biscuits actually
Diwali.
go a lot with chai. Like that's just that's just an evening ritual for a lot of Indians. It's
Yeah.
Parle-G biscuits, and they call it biscuits, not cookies.
Biscuits, that's right.
And no, in there, like
Yeah.
here you'd call them cookies, Parle-G
That's right.
cookies, but it's just a different terminology.
Yeah.
And then they would dip it in chai and then have it, and like, this is good life.
That's exactly what he said. He's been obsessed with them since we came back. Asked to go into the tea or the chai, whatever he's drinking.
Love it. And I saw you brought some homemade kheer. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
So
I've been waiting to try that on, and that's why I'm like, okay.
I want to hear what you have to say about it. A few years ago, I was diagnosed with a dairy allergy and a gluten allergy. So I started struggling, especially with Indian food. Like, what do you make without dairy or wheat?
Absolutely.
Right? Especially sweets. So I started developing my own recipes, including a gluten-free jalebi. Which is,
that sounds really interesting.
It's very good. It turned out really crispy. You can find the recipe on jignystyle.com. But it's very labor
I will definitely look it up.
Yes, you should. So what I developed today was coconut kheer,
Love
and it's
it.
cardamom scented. It's very similar to how you'd make a normal kheer, but I used 3 different types of milk for this. So I used coconut milk from a can, a coconut beverage, and then I used a mix of almond and cashew milk just to lighten it up a bit. And then you add cardamom, which is very classic in kheer, and then some unsweetened shredded coconut on top.
I love it. People can even add like almonds and stuff or whatever they
Yeah,
want.
you can add anything to the top, and it's really delicious. I mean, I wouldn't recommend eating a ton of it.
It is
really
rich.
creamy.
It is
It's
rich.
very
I can
rich.
tell. I'm like, it's kheer,
Yeah.
I can't wait to
So
try
yeah, try it.
on. Yay. This is really good. And coconut is one of my favorite ingredients. Like I can have coconut in anything.
Especially with gray weather, it's so tropical and warm.
Oh my goodness, this is so good.
Really good?
It's delicious. I'm gonna finish it after.
Okay.
It's so good. Thank you so much, Manjot.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, I love the coconut flavor and the cardamom flavor in it. It's very
Yeah.
nice. It's not as rich as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's got a after flavor. Very nice.
I think that's by adding some cashew or almond milk that lightens it up a bit. Otherwise, it can get a little too heavy. It's so nice for people with lactose intolerance or who are vegan. This is also vegan.
And it's a very popular sort of dessert for Diwali too.
Yeah, it is, and you can use it all year round. And it's also really nice if you have some non-Indian friends and you want to introduce them to Diwali.
And they love it.
Yeah, this kind of coconut kheer is really nice. And if you make it in the summer with fresh mango, it's delicious.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You're really trying really good at the trial and error of these vegan free which is working out really well, I can tell. Now, what about those books? I can see those colorful little books. They look so cute.
Well, the big thing about Diwali then, of course, is celebrating with your kids, about traditions and customs. So I
Is
came...
that a Ganesha?
Yeah, so this is a book by Sanjay Patel. He's an animator with Pixar, and he's done some great work there with Disney. And he made this really cute book called Hindu Deities. You can buy it online or at bookstores.
So cute. I love the cover already.
Yeah, so what he did was he's
it's so visual
illustrated
too.
all these different gods and their stories, but
my
made them in a
goodness.
kid-friendly way. So if you want to explain some of the mythology or anything to
Very
your children,
interactive,
it's just, look how
I love
Ganesh is
it.
so cute, right?
So cute.
So actually,
and
this
kids
is,
love images like these.
they do, right? The big eyes.
Yeah.
And so the writer is really into superheroes and stuff, and he grew up in California and had a hard time, I think, connecting with this culture. And this is, so he created this when he grew up for other people.
I love
it's
it.
one of my favorite books.
I'm actually going to get one too for my kids. Yeah.
Yes,
They'll love it.
I love this book. So a lot of people at Diwali, they create rangoli designs in their home.
That's what we used to do in India too.
Yeah, so sometimes it can be a little hard here in Vancouver. You don't want to mess up the floor or the tiles. You don't have the space. So these coloring books are so trendy. And there's a lot of coloring books with mandala type designs. So what I thought is it's like a repetitive design. So instead of coloring on your floor, what you can do is with children and adults, on Diwali you can get a coloring book like this with a mandala design that's repetitive.
I love this.
And then just color it all together, and then you can decorate your home with that.
Very nice. I love this idea.
Yeah, and then one other thing that I'd love to do, that I plan to do this year, is Diwali is happening the day before Halloween.
Halloween, yeah, October 30th.
Yeah, so for parents, like when you're already struggling with Diwali celebrations and then Halloween costumes and such, I was thinking decorating a pumpkin for Diwali and Halloween would be a great way to save time, but also a fun way to incorporate Indian culture into Halloween.
Both.
Yeah, so instead of making a mean face or like a scary face on your pumpkin, you could do like a paisley design or a floral design. And what's beautiful is you can light it up and it lights up the pathway in front of your house.
It does, and that's what we do for Diwali too. We basically, light the candles. I love that idea.
And so you can pick up a pumpkin or really any of these things at the Real Canadian Superstore or No Frills. And it's a great place to pick up.
I love how everything is so easy and straightforward. You can just pick it up and just spend a little bit of time with your kids or your family, and that's what Diwali is all about.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about togetherness and doing things together and just, celebrating all about it together.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Manjot. This was like abundance of knowledge and ideas that we can do for Diwali and now Halloween too. So thank you so much for your time. I'm sure our viewers loved it.
Thank you so much, Karika.
Thanks, Manjot. Thanks for watching Chat Central.